I prefer a real database. I said a real database.
Perfection.
When I find a library that does what I spend 4 hours coding but better in every way. Interesting. More like. Game developers, with enough if statements and while loops I can do literally anything. Web developers, I will use graph theory and a hand-crafted functional state management framework to create this sign-up form. Many programmers think that it's their code that is broken but never realize it's themselves that is broken. The code did exactly what you wrote it to do. Tell that to third-party libraries. People who talk to themselves. Why? I'm a programmer, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to a rubber duck. The rubber duck fixes the bugs. SQL, you've got a syntax error. Where? Programmers who write dating apps. I guide others to a treasure that I cannot possess.
Why must you hurt me in this way?
When you close more than 100 tabs after finding the solution of a bug. Frick debug tools. All my homies use print statements. That's the way. Me compile my own XF4 learning programming. Antivirus in Windows. Government, we are announcing a new date format. Programmers. Changing IDE settings for fun. Now your code is being executed by VLC Media Player.
Oh my god!
Front-end dev being praised for pretty page. Back-end dev who's providing all data. If you don't study you'll end up like him. Shut up lady, it's Sunday and I'm a software developer. Guess who is looking at memes all day instead of fixing their code? Spend 24 hours debugging. Finally, a different error message. We're getting there boys. A study finds nearly half of jobs are vulnerable to automation. I previously worked with a software engineer who used to name his automation tools after the programmers they would replace.
That's the evilest thing I can imagine!
When it's been 7 hours and you still can't understand your own code. Time for a career change. C++ developer learning Python. Python developer learning C++. Me. 1 error. Attempting to debug. 247 errors. Just read the documentation, it's not that complicated. The documentation. Stack Overflow, here I come again. When you find out Python doesn't have increment-decrement operators, what kind of program is this?
What is this place?
What if you wanted to go to heaven, but God said, 502 bad gateway. 502 means it is not my fault, so I'm okay with that LMAO. When hardware gets faster through the years but software gets more bloated, modern solutions require modern problems. Developers back in 1996. I just fit Pokemon Red in 512 kilobits. Developers now. Help, my Hello World uses 1 GB of RAM. What I think my code is like. What my code actually is. The text is too small, can you make it bigger? Sure. 13px to 14. It looks too big now, can you make it smaller?
I'm outraged.
When a tester keeps logging high-severity defects, you'll pay for this. No, I got paid for this. When a programmer keeps creating high-severity defects. Honey, tell me what's wrong. How do you program a computer to understand a keyboard without a keyboard? Oh frick, obviously you use the mouse to copy-paste off of Stack Overflow. British devs be like, get in it. Get in it. Canadians, get Inuit. Machine learning. Brute forcing an answer. Friends, how did you write this code so beautifully? Me proudly. I stole it. Just change the variable names and claim it as yours.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get
People who started with Python. People who started with Java. Learning low-level languages. People saying I can't make memes using edge detection. Me. Well done. Python language is not slow. The Python interpreter is slow. Python interpreter is written in C. Therefore C is the one that's slow. Calm down, calm down. I always knew Einstein was a huge fan of C.